Okay, in this video, I'm going to go through the lab that we did today. It's lab 9, but it's also programming exercise 10 from chapter 9. Okay, this is the word index. So you see I've got a file here with just some random stuff. And the idea, again, we're going to go through line by line, pull that out, and then do a split to turn it into some words that we can then add to a dictionary. Okay. So to start things off here, we can just go ahead and set up our dictionary. And it may be helpful here since we're going to have lots of different data types. I'm going to start by putting in a capital D for dictionary. Okay. And this dictionary is going to be our word index. I know that's a weird looking thing, but just to see what we're doing there. Okay. So I can then go ahead and open my file. So I have an in file equals open. Open up, I'm calling mine text.txt. I'm very original there. Okay, and I'm opening it up for reading. The file already exists. You didn't have to create it. Okay. And then the basic way we're going to do things, okay, we're going to read a line of text in first. Put an S for string here, line is going to be equal to in file read line. Okay. Again, I'm putting in the capital letters just so we know what we're dealing with. Let's actually put them at the end. They may work a little better at the end. So let's do word index is a dictionary and line is a string, just to help us keep track of things here. Okay. And then the basic way we deal with files here, we're going to say while line string is not equal to nothing, which would denote the end of the file. Okay. So we get to here, we know that we have a good line of data from our file. Okay. So I want to create a words list. Okay. It's be a capital L list is going to be equal to a line S dot split. Okay. And they're split by space. So we should be okay. Okay. So this should go through and get the first word of the first line the first time through. Okay, so if I go ahead and just print the words L here, it should print out the 3 lines of my file, just to make sure we're on the right track so far. Okay, so I run that. I'll call this lab 9. And it go, oh, I know what I'm doing. You probably know what I'm doing too. I didn't copy and paste. Now the first line worked, so that's a good sign, but I forgot to put in, remember you have to get a new line every time through or it's going to be an infinite loop. Got that weird spacing issue again. I'm not sure what that's doing. Oh, it looks better there. Okay, so let's try this one again. There we go. Okay, so that looks like what we have. Okay, so now that we know now that the word L is okay. Okay, that's good. Okay, so we want to go through and break that up. That's at the end. That's the last thing we do. Okay, we want to break this list up into individual words. Okay, so we can do that for find the home keys for word. Okay, word's going to be an S. In that should be words L, right? In words L. Okay. Let's go ahead and print that word just to make sure we're getting that correct. Okay, that should print every single one of the words down the page. Okay, we're good. That's good so far. Okay, so now that we're here, we can go ahead and start adding to the dictionary. So it really comes down to 2 operations we're going to need here. Okay, so if that word S, so the string word, I know these are confusing variables. I'll try to make it clear, maybe I'm not. If the string word is in my dictionary, which is the word index D, okay, actually let's say not in. So not in means we're going to have a new category here. Okay, so what we're going to have to do is that we're going to have to create a new entry. Okay, so we can do that by saying word index. Okay, it's going to be based on the word S. Okay, equals, I don't have a line number, so let me get a line number. Okay, so let me go up here And I'm going to do a line number, which is a number, so we don't have to worry about that, is equal to 1. Okay. And then down here, when I read a new line, I can do a line number plus equals 1. Okay. So I want this to be a string with the line number as the data. Sorry, a list. Okay. So I'm going to add to the dictionary the word S is going to be the key, and a list containing a line number is going to be the value. Okay. And now I've got an else here. The else means that the word is already there. So then I can just say word index, word, that's index D, that's a dictionary. Dictionary. So the dictionary at word S, okay. So this word index D is a dictionary, word S is a string. All of this together is a list. So I can do that dot append line number. Okay. And theoretically, all that should work. So I do need down here to make sure that I do an infile.close. I didn't do that. Okay, and then also let's go ahead and print our word index dictionary just to make sure we've got something here. Okay, so let me go ahead and run this now. See if I've fouled something up. Fouled something up. Okay, is it already closed at that point? Shouldn't be. Let's see what we're doing here. Let me get some line numbers. Option show line numbers. Okay, so it's saying in line 19, I'm getting a value error. Okay, line 19 is I'm getting the next line. Oh, that's going to be a part of the while. Both of these two. Well, are they? My index is really making me unhappy. That's 1. That's 2. Yeah, that should be okay. So why doesn't it like that? Okay, so we've came down here. We've got our first read line here. Okay, we're going down. We're doing stuff. This is our next read line. It should be okay. On a closed file. It's not a closed file. I haven't closed it yet. I'm not closing it to down here. That is super weird. Let me run this again, see if something else is going on. Still got an issue. So am I, if I do I have a weird variable name somewhere? That was working before. So that means it must be something I'm doing in my if. So if word s, let me just see if this is causing the trouble, or if I've got some deeper issue. Now there's an indentation error there. I don't know what it's doing. It's so weird. It's got to be inside of the while. Oh, sorry, there's an indentation error here because I'm not doing anything here. That's what that issue is. So let me just print word s again, just so it's doing something. That's what that issue is. Something like that. Okay, so I'm clearly doing something wrong. I've got in file is equal to open, and I've got an in file closed. I've got in file dot read line, and I'm still inside of that while loop. We've done that 1,000 times. I have no idea what this is doing. So this is always fun. Okay, so when in doubt, Now copy that too, right? You can't answer me. You may know the answer. You may see what I'm doing. Okay, so let's rethink all of this. So let's go ahead and get rid of all of this. Just make sure, just the very basics. And you know, sometimes you got to do this. I didn't plan this to be an issue, but hey, it doesn't hurt. So now I'm just doing line S is infile.read line, while line S not equal to that, we're doing a read line. Then we're coming back around. Okay, getting our next line, increasing line number. Then we're doing infile.close. Oh, that's the problem. Don't you hate when you're stupid? Not stupid, just not thinking. I am closing the file the second time it comes through. So there we go. Closing the files will wipe me out. Okay, so now we're back to where we should be. Now let's try it. Indentation errors do amazing things. There we go. Okay, so now if we look, you can see that we have this appears in line 1. We have is in line 1 and 2. Text is in 1 and 2. More is in 2 and 3. Okay, so I think we've got it, right? That looks correct. Now, we certainly could print this out a little nicer, okay, if we wanted to do that. I could do something like for word in word index D, okay? So that's going to go through and give me a word each time, okay? So I can print here the word, but I want the end equal just a blank. Let's go ahead and put a colon. How about a colon tab? Okay, I'll show you what I'm doing here. That's going to keep things on the same line for that one. And then I want to do, because again, I'm going to have a list of numbers here. So I'm going to do an N, okay? It's going to be the word. So word's going to be the list. So that's it, right? For that in word, okay? I want to print N. And again, I want the end equal to just a space in this case. So that space with a comma. Okay. And then when I switch to the next line or the next word, okay, so there, I'm still in there. So I think I want to print there. That's what I want. We'll see if that makes it any better. And I didn't expect you to get this fiddly during the exam. I'm printing the wrong stuff. We've got the words, which is good. Okay. I want to get rid of that word. Or that print. Okay. So N in word should be, okay, for word and word index. Oh, I want N, that's what I want. I want N in word index D at the word. That's where the list is at. Okay, let's see if this looks any better. Yes, now we've got it. We've got an issue that we're putting in commas where we don't need them at the end, but I'm going to call that close enough. Okay, so I'm good with that. So we're getting the number and it looks like it's correct. Okay, so the next thing we need to do, we need to make sure, because I didn't ask you to do this in the exam or in the lab today, but you want to make sure that you're doing the pickling. Okay, so somebody asks a specific question about pickling, and then I'll do the pickling next, and then we'll do all of the try excepts at the same time, because remember, every program needs this. Okay, so first off, up here, before I get anywhere, I have to import pickle. Okay, and all the pickle does, it allows us, so by this point in the code where I'm at right now, we have the word index D. Okay, so I can do an out file is equal to open, and I think it said to call it index.dat. I'm going to open it for writing in binary. Okay, and once I have that, all I have to do is say pickle. Let's go direct. Okay, I have to look it up. I don't know pickle enough. I do. Yeah, pickle.dump. That's what I thought. Pickle.dump. And it takes the file that you want. Okay. So the object file is going to be the index. No, the thing we want to write is the word index D, that dictionary. Okay. And we're writing it to the out file. Okay. That's all we do. Then we can do an out file dot close. Okay. When I get done with this, I should have an index D that we can pop up. And it's not going to be pretty, but it may not be too bad. At least we can know what it's doing. Okay. So we've done that. And now if I go and do a file open, okay, I should be able to come down and see somewhere. There's index.d. Okay, I can't read it from there. That's the issue. Let me go. How much of this you can see. Well, let me get to that. That's weird. There we go. Go to the Finder. Okay, so let me go to my documents. And then go to the index.d. There's text.text, index.data. Okay. So let me do a file, open with, go into text edit. Okay. And hopefully you can see that that's just trash, right? That's crazy looking stuff. And that's normal. That's what it should look like. Okay. So we don't worry too much about that. Okay. So the only way to know for sure that you've done that would be to run the program again. Why is that not showing anything? Oh, it's over there. Exit full screen. I have no idea what this is doing. There's that. Yeah, it's gone really crazy on me for reasons that are unclear. So let me just get out of idle. It's just one of those days. Feels like a Monday, but it's a Tuesday. Let me go back into idle. That's what happened. It quit unexpectedly. You probably didn't see that message. That's what it did. But since I ran it, it should still be there. Yeah, there's the lab 9. Okay. So again, this is the file that we're looking at here. Okay. So all we have left now is to worry about the try. Again, if you want to 100% make sure that your pickling worked, you would have to do the pickle.load to try it again. But I'm going to trust that it's okay. Okay. Again, if it's a test thing or even on the homework, it's probably worth loading it back in. But for now, we'll just live dangerously. Okay, we're going to do a try here and think about the things we have to worry about. Okay. Because we have a file, we're going to need to do an except on the IO error. Okay. We've got a list, so we need to do an except on the index error. And I think that may be it. We're not using, we shouldn't have, we're not trying to access the dictionary where there could be a key error. I mean, it never hurts to do that. Just be on the safe side, but that to me is not mandatory. And we shouldn't have a value error, although we were getting one because I had entered the file early, because we're not doing any ints or any floats, so it should be okay. Okay, so that should be the final program. Okay, so hopefully this makes sense. If not, you can certainly ask questions about it in class tomorrow. Okay, that should be it.